Hello and welcome, my filming characters. My name is Bam, your friendly neighborhood buff nerd, back at again with another video. And today we're gonna be talking about the Demon Slayer movie, Infinity Castle. Okay guys, so this is gonna be a review. I'll put a spoiler section somewhere here, but this is gonna be my spoiler-free part, and then we'll get into spoilers as it comes up. I kind of freestyle these videos. I kind of just like talk off the dome. Dude, if you have not watched this movie yet, you need to pause this video, buy a ticket, and get into a movie theater as soon as possible. It is an amazing experience, man. Blew my socks off because I went to the movie theater and I watched it with my girlfriend, my best friend, and my other best friend. I have a couple best friends, but you know, there's a tier list of best friend ranking, but I don't tell them who is on the tier list. I keep them guessing so they work harder, you know. We watched it the day after the premiere, so we watched it on day 2. Especially when it comes to anime movies or Marvel or DC movies, I love watching it either on the day of the premiere or the day after, because the hardcore fans are going to be there. And the reason why I love watching movies with the hardcore fans is because it's like the reactions is amazing, right? It's so audible, it's so there. Like, I loved it. The energy in the theater was awesome, right? Like when something big happened, everyone was like, whoa! When something crazy happened, people stood up and laughed or clapped their hands and woo. The energy in the theater was on point. And from the animation, from the sound direction, from the colors, you know, the ufotable colors, it did a fantastic job, man. If you are on the fence about watching this movie, because I noticed some people out there that are anime fans, and I used to be like this as well, that don't really watch the movies because we kind of think of it as filler material, or we kind of think of it as going out of our way to watch it. This is canon content, guys, so don't skip out on the movie. You kind of need to watch it in order to fulfill the story, especially if you're an anime only. Now, is it worth watching? Absolutely. Definitely a movie worth watching in theaters. Now, if you have a good quality screen, it's going to be a very enjoyable experience. Like, best believe when that movie drops on Crunchyroll, I'm gonna be watching it on my nice 4K screen with the lights off and like just rewatch that experience. Boy, oh man, I'm thinking about so many scenes that I just gonna have playing over and over and over again, man. But we'll talk about that more in the spoiler section. It was a great watching experience. The energy in the theater, especially if you were in the theater during the opening days, like during that first like 3 to 5 days. Was fantastic. It's Demon Slayer, right? Like, I'm not going to say like this movie had an amazing story, but it definitely had super emotional, impactful elements that kept you invested. Here's the thing when it comes to Demon Slayer, I'm not as invested in the overall story of Demon Slayer. But the characters, bro, the characters and their backstories is like, how can you not get invested in them, right? Like, Demon Slayer does such an amazing job of allowing you to get invested in not just our main cast, but also in the Hashiras and also even in the demons, especially in the Upper Moons, right? Especially when we start getting into their backstory and what they're about. So overall, spoiler-free review, this movie is a 9 out of 10. My only gripe of reason why it's not a 10 out of 10 experience for me, I personally felt the movie felt a little longer than it needed to be. It went into a lot of backstory elements that could have been truncated a little bit. We could have like cut it down. I'm not saying like remove certain parts, but I think certain parts could have moved a little bit faster. I remember staying in the theater enthralled and invested, but also feeling like I was starting to get tired. And I realized that, oh, this is a 2-hour plus runtime. I don't think it needed to be a 2-hour plus runtime. I think maybe an hour to 45 minutes would have been a perfect amount. Even if they did like some really tight editing work, get it down to 90 minutes, that could have been like just a jolt of an amazing experience. So that was my only gripe with the movie, is that especially when it came to the flashback sections, I felt like they ran on a little too long and made the runtime of the movie a little bit longer, but overall I give it a 9 out of 10. So that ends the spoiler-free section. Let's get into that spoilers. I also think it's fitting, since we're talking about Demon Slayer, I pull out the katana. This is not even mine, it's my brother's, but he left it in my room. So I'm using it for this video, Andre. I'm using it for the video. Okay, first things first. We gotta talk about Shinobu, right? We gotta talk about my girl, the Butterfly Hashira, the Butterfly Queen, the Poison Mistress, and her fight against Doma. Or Doma, whatever. I don't even want to put any respect on his name because he's a trash character. He's so trash. He's one of those characters that's incredibly annoying for how he is the perfect blend of empathy plus superiority complex. Like he has this god complex that probably only Muzan is above him in his head. But he has this god complex, but he's also incredibly observant over people's issues and stuff. And so it comes off as empathy, but he has this super extreme superiority complex. Doma's also one of those villains that you just can't wait to be put down because his backstory has no redeeming qualities about it. He's a monster. He just eats women and he does it so casually, and like he'll literally like be sweet talking these women while eating them. It's like it's sick, right? So I was rooting for Shinobu so hard. But one thing you must realize as a Demon Slayer fan, guys, rule number 1 of fighting upper moons: always jump them. If you see an upper moon, you need to head back, get a couple other Demon Slayers that are close to your level or above your level, and bring them with you. Every upper moon demon we have defeated has been us jumping them, bro. We've never defeated them by ourselves solo. You have to jump them, bro. That's a fundamental rule. You have to jump them. So still, I was rooting for my girl, and she put up that fight, yo. If she had that upper body strength, bro, she would have been able to defeat this man no problem, because her speed was elite, right? Like Doma was struggling to react to this girl's speed feats, man. Bro, it just sucked to see her lose, sucked to see her die, and like even get into her backstory. It was like, damn. Didn't hit as hard as Rengoku dying, because I think Rengoku dying in the Mugen Train kind of set a precedent about like how dangerous these upper moons actually are. When I saw Shinobu make the decision to fight Domo in the movie and not run away and look for backup or do something more strategic, I was like, yeah, she might be cooked. She might be cooked. Then we gotta talk about Zenitsu standing on business, bro. My only gripe about that whole fight, it was short. It was like, if you really boil down what that fight was, it was literally like dodge, dodge, cut, block, 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 7 form, you know, and then done, right? It's like, okay, I guess at one upper moon we don't need to jump. Like Zenitsu just clapped this guy with a move he was not expecting. And I hear people online trying to downplay my boy Zenitsu's victory, saying like, oh, that guy just became an upper moon. Oh, if you gave him some time, a year, he would have figured it out. No, sorry, no, we're not gonna allow that. Zenitsu was at a major handicap because this guy also was a demon slayer of the same breeding type as him. So they both learned under the same teacher, and they both understand each other's strengths and weaknesses. And then he's an upper moon, so he's got that demon regeneration buff and got that unlimited stamina. And then also on top of that, he's adding his blood demon art on top of the breeding form, so he's actually generating real electricity. Not imaginary electricity, but real electricity now. I don't like it when people try to take away my boy Zenitsu's shine, right? Like, that was a hard, he beat an upper moon. Like, let's not take it away from him. He beat an upper moon. I don't care. Hey, I'll fight all of y'all in the comment section down below. My boy beat an upper moon, all right? And then we gotta talk about, I have mixed feelings about Akaza. Not just from this movie, but from the Mugen Train arc, right? Let me talk to you guys. Come a little closer, let me talk to you guys. I love Akaza's design and vibe so much. But I also love Rengoku's design and vibe so much. And so when he, you know, donutted my boy Rengoku, I felt a type of way. I was like, yo, I gotta hate this guy. Biggest Akaza hater right here, bro. I hated Akaza from my guts, but still, parts of me fantasize about cosplaying Akaza. because I love his design, I love his vibe, I love his mentality, I love his fighting style. Everything about Akaza just clicked with me, other than the fact that he killed one of my favorite characters in the anime, so I just had to hate him. And then we see Akaza pull up, and boy, that entrance, man. That heat, that on-site energy, and Tanjiro responding back with that same kind of energy too.
Nice.
Gyu went full out and unlocked his Demon Slayer mark, and we saw that at, whoa boy. And Demon Slayer, Ufotable just knows how to top themselves every season with better and better quality animation, because I never thought they would figure out a way to top Tengen versus what's his name again? Gutaro? I didn't think they would top it, but they did. Akaza versus Gyu and Tanjiro? Bro.
I gotta tell you, it was perfect. Perfect. Everything, down to the last minute details.
Bro, I'm telling you, when it comes out on Crunchyroll, I'm gonna have that scene playing on this TV on repeat. Bro, on repeat, because that...
Look here! Look, listen!
That is beautiful, bro. That is saucy, magical, beautiful essence. Like, it's just, oh my gosh. Like, if Akaza was a Demon Slayer and he had his own Nichiren knuckle dusters and stuff, bro, oh, he would be my favorite character. He would be my favorite character. But, you know, I came ready to hate. I was like locked in. I'm hating on this guy. He killed my boy Rengoku. It's on business. He needs to be put down. And then they had the audacity to show us his backstory. When I tell you, my hate for him just melted away, and all I had was empathy, sympathy, and just utter respect for him. Such a great character. Akaza's such a great character. And then, of course, after the movie, I had to do my little deep dives about stuff, because in the movie theater, I was like, wait a minute. His compass needle looks like the hairpins of his wife, and I was like, I peeped that. I was like, hold on, wait a minute. Did he develop this technique subconsciously? Did his love and respect for his fiancée, his wife-to-be, was so strong that even when he lost his memories as a demon, it still manifested in his abilities? And not only that, it manifested in his whole color scheme and design. Not only that, it manifested in his extra markings on his body, representing snow, referencing to the snowflake that is on his wife's hairpins. Not to mention his attack scheme is based off fireworks in Japan. And if we remember correctly, one of the things that his wife wanted to do so bad was see the fireworks. I was like, the way they wrote Akaza's character is peak fiction. Akaza gotta be one of my favorite villains of all of anime now, bro. Just from all of that in there, bro. And then of course, we gotta talk about how Akaza literally broke the rules. Akaza got his head clean severed, and Akaza said, I know demons are supposed to die after the head getting clean off, but you know what? I'm built different. And he just slammed his head back on and started to regenerate. And bro, when I tell you the energy in the theater was so amazing at that point, because everyone just stood up like, no! I remember just screaming in the theater like, that's cheating! No! Rest! Join your wife in the afterlife! Rest! And then this man still fighting with no head, bro, evolving into something that is just like, bro, did he evolved beyond what a demon is supposed to be? Like, he could survive getting his head cut off by a Nichiren blade? And not just a Nichiren blade, a blade that was being used with sun breeding?
You're damn right.
Akaza gained my empathy, my sympathy, and now I love the dog that's in him too, bro. Akaza is just that guy. I gotta put respect on Akaza's name, bro. I think that's all the yapping I kind of have about Demon Slayer. But yeah, Demon Slayer Infinity Castle, I gotta say, is a must watch. And 9 out of 10, my only gripe, like I said before, is that I wish the backstories were a little shorter. But other than that, really good movie. Let me know your guys' feelings and thoughts in the comment section down below. Always remember that you are the main character of your own story. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.